And as we're all very well aware, to establish and test a vaccine often takes many, many years. CSIRO is doing all that it can to fast-track that development now. They are currently testing 2 vaccines. One is from the United States and one is from the United Kingdom. It's possible that we will have a vaccine in the next 10 to 15 months. So it's entirely possible that by the end of this year or early next year, we will have a vaccine for COVID-19. That's particularly important because, quite frankly, until such time as we have a vaccine, life is not going to return to normal. So whilst we have seen some easing of restrictions, particularly over the last weekend, we still have a long way to go, and it's very important that we all take baby steps. I understand people's frustration in wanting to get out there and go to the beach and go to shopping centres, but we actually want people to be able to get ready to get back to work, to restart Australia's economy as soon as we possibly can. So that work is well underway. As the Minister for Industry, I have been working very closely across a number of industries to assist them to prepare their plans to get everyone safely back to work. So that work is underway now, and of course that's going to be a topic at National Cabinet later this week. So we are very keen to get restrictions eased, but to do that sensibly and based on the best medical advice that there is available. But again, it's baby steps to make sure that we are back on track as quickly and as effectively and as safely as we can. So happy to take questions.
When the vaccine would be released, is it going to be like the COVID-19 app where a threshold of people must get it before further restrictions will be lifted?
Look, we're not at that stage now. Obviously, if the vaccine becomes available, we would be encouraging people to be vaccinated. But we're still working through the process of testing a vaccine. And yes, there are some positive signs with some of the vaccines that are being tested. But over the next few months in particular, we will look at how that vaccine will be rolled out. From Australia's point of view, I'm very keen that we continue to do our work in collaboration with other nations to develop the vaccine here. And of course, the next step for us will be to be able to manufacture it right here in Australia. So I'm working on that.
If there are other countries that have vaccines as well, will CSIRO test those as well?
Look, potentially, as CSIRO has long collaborated with many nations, and what I can say is that the scientific community right across the world is united as one to make sure that there is a vaccine discovered, developed, tested as soon as it possibly can. So we will be working with everyone to make sure that we have that vaccine ready as soon as we can.
I've got some questions from my Canberra colleagues. Why has Jacinta Ardern been invited as national delegate?
Well, New Zealand is a very close neighbour of ours. They have had different experiences to us. They have undertaken different measures with their restrictions that they have put in place. So the Prime Minister had a very good discussion with Prime Minister Ardern last week, and it's been agreed by National Cabinet that she would be able to join. I think it's a very good opportunity for Australia and New Zealand to show how closely they have worked together and to make sure that we build on those relationships for the future.
Anything on the agenda specifically for her?
The main topic on the agenda, as far as I'm aware, is the restrictions. Obviously, there'll be discussions about the progress to date. The statistics will be important. They'll be discussed. But it is really what does the future hold in terms of restriction. And again, it will be looking at the baby steps that we can take to make sure that we have Australia back on track.
Do you think there'll be discussion for an NZ version of the COVID safe?
Look, I wouldn't rule that out. I'm not aware that that's going to be a topic for discussion. Clearly, there have been over 4 million Australians who have downloaded COVID Safe. We continue to encourage people to make sure that that app is downloaded, because that is going to be one of the tools that we use to make sure that we keep Australians safe.